Hi Kickstarter, I'm Nathan King.
I'm Van King. We want to tell you about a project that we call Franklin, New Jersey, a photographic celebration. Well, it actually looks like it's going to rain. Why don't we go into the library and tell you what we're going to do, why we're going to do it, and show you some wonderful pictures.
Okay, come on.
Okay. We have a dream. It's a dream we've inherited from people who have been trying to work on a project for 50 years. And for one reason or another, they never did it. This is the project. We are interested in the crystals of Franklin, New Jersey. Here's some of the crystals of Franklin, New Jersey. They're gorgeous things. People love nature.
Oh, I see a tiny one, Mommy.
And who hasn't gone out and collected minerals at least once since they were 5 years old? There are people, however, who want to see pictures, beautiful pictures, of great crystals from this place. It's one of the great places on the earth. It's known as the fluorescent mineral capital of the world. But there are also minerals that don't fluoresce. There are minerals that you can see in ordinary white light. And we want to make pictures, great pictures, of every one of those, both in white and ultraviolet light, as we see here. What do you think? What kind of equipment are we going to use?
Well, we're using the Canon 60D, and we're using a variety of lenses, including enlarger lenses and microscope lenses, to try and get the shots of the tiny crystals.
That's one of the things you got to understand. Not everything is a big, giant crystal. This is 10 inches across. They're huge. But there are plenty of things that are found there that are microscopic. And the only way you can do that is take a microscopic picture. Here's some big specimens. They are about like this. We want to produce a book that looks like this. Oh wait, we already did. We wrote this one, Nathan and I. We have photographs from a number of people, including our own, to make this a good picture book, an art book. Let's take a look over in, what is tiny? Now here's some tiny things. That is 2 millimeters across. The only way you can photograph that is use a microscope lens, not a macro lens, not a telephoto lens, not any other kind of lens except one for a microscope. And believe it or not, you can do it on your camera. We want to do that as well. Let's take a look at some of the other things in here. These are incredibly tiny. Some of these are only 1 millimeter across. And even though it doesn't look like it, some of these are the world's largest images that have ever been made of these. We didn't take this particular picture. This is a friend of mine who, by chance, is the vice president of the Daimler Corporation. His interest is minerals that are tiny. Well, we're interested in minerals that are tiny, as well as big ones, pretty ones. Don't believe it? Take a look at the rest of the book. That's not so bad. Those are nice big things. That's why they want a picture book. You won't find amethyst, you won't find specimens that look like this. They'll be different minerals. 357 different kinds. There are minerals from this location that are so rare that even though I've been interested in this locality for most of my life, I've never even seen them. Some of the specimens are in museums. Okay, we want to get to those places. We've already been 6 months on this project. We've driven down to Franklin, New Jersey and back, 350 miles one way. Well, that costs money. And while we love doing it, and the money is there, somewhere along the line you have to say, enough is enough. We can't do it all by ourselves. We need your help. Costs about $500 to go on a trip to Franklin, New Jersey to photograph about 100 minerals. Maybe 150. If we're lucky, we'll get 200 in one day or in a setting. The idea is that you have to take lots and lots of pictures. Some of the minerals that we see are better in some places than in others. That is, a museum might have a particularly great looking pink crystal called rhodonite, and there may be somebody who has one in their home that is better. We have to photograph both, decide which ones we're going to show. Sometimes we'll show 3 or 4 different kinds of one crystal. But when you're making a project, you can't know in advance what goodies you're going to see until you get there. So, 20 trips. What else we have to do? We have to photograph the little things. We can photograph some things down to maybe several millimeters tall. Here's a picture of a specimen that fills the field of view. It's only 2 millimeters tall. But Because we photograph close up, we fill the frame, and that's enough information to print it as a full page image. So something in miniature can then look excitingly wonderful and big. We want to make things that are tiny, not just several millimeters, but fractions of millimeters. Those are microscopical ones. So even though we have all of our equipment for about 80% of the different minerals there are in Franklin, New Jersey, we also need to get some lenses that are microscope lenses, and sometimes the adapters cost even more than the lenses do. This is really specialized stuff.
Well, that's our story Kickstarter. Be sure to check out our awesome rewards program.
Remember, you're the people who are going to make this happen, and we want to thank you. Be sure to see us at the celebration.
Thank you, Kickstarter!
Bye!